Daniel, I can't tell you how much of an honour this is for me to be doing this on behalf of Queensland, so firstly, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. A pleasure to join you today.
24th of August 2010, that day that you went from being a soldier to a decorated military hero. What do you remember of that day?
I remember a lot of that day. I was just doing my job. I was a commander on the ground in Afghanistan, and I absolutely should be dead for my actions. I know that. I talked to my mates who were there, and what they described seeing as me running and drawing enemy fire on that particular day that saw me later receive the Victoria Cross. I should be dead for my actions, but I wouldn't change a thing. I was put in a situation as a commander on the ground, and I had to act. And I chose to act, and the way that I did that was risk my own life, essentially, to try and save my team and my mates from getting killed. To this day, I know that I have, and still do have, trust and faith in my team. If I had got shot that particular day, I knew that they would grab me, drag me off the hill, and throw me in the helicopter that was inbound for my mate that had already been shot. And that's that Anzac spirit that comes through. And I know we often talked about it as guys on the ground and girls patrolling on foreign lands. We always referred to that Anzac spirit, and it did come through. And we looked at that often and talked about it, and what did it mean? And I think it was just looking after your mates at the end of the day.
Anzac Day this week. What does it mean to a recipient of the Victoria Cross to see that commemorated in this country?
The meaning has changed over the years, without a doubt, and the significance of it has changed for me. I was quite fortunate to have both my grandparents serve in uniform. Second World War, not the first, but the Anzac spirit absolutely lives on, I think, in the people of the community, right? So that's where the Anzacs came from, as everyday Australians signed up. World War I was a vast human tragedy, profound, devastating consequences for all Australians at the time. As a kid, I remember, going along to these services and thinking about those that had served. And then I put the uniform on myself and had that opportunity to serve with mates and unfortunately lose guys in combat as well. So to hold the Anzac traditions so close to my heart throughout my service, and then to see that change throughout the years, I think I'm very, very special and very unique position that I'm in to see that.
For people who'll never see what active service looks like, you've served in East Timor, Iraq, Afghanistan.
A sense of belonging, from a kid growing up in the bush. I was a Queenslander through and through. I grew up on a farm. I came from that low socioeconomic group. Didn't have many options as a kid, and then I joined the military, and the personal ethos, the core values that they instilled in me, I continue to live by them every day. But to be part of a team, shared values, shared mission from an age of 17, and then to get deployed and to go overseas, and then to have that opportunity to wear the Australian uniform and have that flag on your shoulder every day patrolling, it was pretty special. And then to do that with like-minded individuals.
What's your message for young people on Tuesday?
So my message to young people in Queensland and around Australia is, if you haven't had an opportunity to understand what Anzac is about, right? About service, about sacrifice in this country. Now, there's over 102,000 names rightly, permanently displayed in bronze on the walls of the Australian War Memorial. Those are the soldiers that have lost their lives in service of this country. I think my message to young people is to just check it out, to have a look, to see what service is about, to see what the Australian Defence Force is about, because we have such a proud history of service and sacrifice in this country, to stand up for what we believe in. And we are so very fortunate, and I know I'm so very fortunate to be an Australian, and I absolutely love living here every single day. I am blessed.
Well, we're blessed for your service, and on behalf of every Queenslander, I wanted to take the time to say thank you for what you've done and for speaking out and being such a strong advocate. We are truly humbled to have you amongst our ranks. Thank you.
Appreciate your time today. Thank you.